Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I bet you it's a shock to see my face after so long. If you don't know who I am or don't remember, I'm Joey, and I used to make videos about like being a hippie and being happy and being spiritual, but I no longer do that. If you don't know, I moved to Nashville about 2 years ago now, and I came here to follow my dream of getting into film and photo, as a full-time job with more than just weddings and senior portraits, and, being able to be really artistic in how I do that. The reason I kind of turned on this camera is to talk about that and show you what my life is like, because right now we're in a little bit of a down period emotionally, mentally, and business-wise. So I wanted to come on here and kind of show you guys what my life is like, and be transparent about it, because as long as I can remember, YouTube has always, not even YouTube, making videos, using my brain to be creative with videos but not have pressure applied on a financial end, has always been a great stress relief for me. It's always been a really great creative outlet, and I feel like, living in Nashville, the city of country music and music in general, it's called Music City. I've come to realize that I think whenever you put a price tag to doing something that you've done for a long time for yourself, to do it for others, it starts to steal the life out of it. So admittedly, the past month of my life has been utter hell. I mean, probably some of the lowest points I've had since middle school, before I even started making videos on this channel. And, it's mostly due to the fact that I attached myself to the idea of success, conventional success. I want to come on here almost as like an advocate to not do that. I had split from a business partner very traumatically, I might say. It was a pretty messy course that I had, gone through to have that happen. The same night that happened, I was broken up with. We weren't dating, but we were exclusive and on the track to date, and I was really hurt by that. And so I sat in my car after that night and sobbed in a parking garage that I was paying to park in, by the way, so I was paying to freaking cry. Welcome to Nashville. And then the next morning, I walked into my full-time job, a client, and was fired. And so I had, in the matter of 2 days, had watched my life fall to shit. And it's been really hard, I'm not gonna lie to you, that was almost 3 weeks ago now maybe. And I'm just now at a point where I feel able and willing and ready to get out of bed and take care of myself. And in that time, I still have a lot of reflection to do, but in that time, I feel like I started to learn that not all that glitters is gold. The reason that I had suffered so much whenever those things ended was because I attached myself to the outcome of them. With the business partner, I was like, oh my gosh, my company is going to be successful. I own the business, but I had put stake into another person within that business. Technically, it was an employee, and I had attached myself to this idea that there was going to be like conventional success, where I was sustaining my lifestyle, I was stable financially and stable emotionally, and feeling prideful about the things that I did. The relationship, I attached myself to the idea of like, wow, I'm finally gonna have a boyfriend after 2 years of living here and living on fire and starting to feel a sort of normalcy with a relationship. And that ended, and it hurt because my attachment was choked, realistically. And then my full-time job, I was attached to that because I think a couple different reasons. It was the first job that I had that was a consistent creative control situation, where there was like promise of projects every single month, and working towards the goal of my actual business. And when that ended, I think that my attachment really turned into a sort of sickness that really brought me down, and kind of still is. It kind of still is really hurting me to think about it. But at the end of the day, those things happened because the universe was telling me that I was too attached to them. And it's hard to have gratitude about it. I don't even want to say that I do have gratitude about it right now, because like I said, it still hurts, and I still quite literally want to shave my head and bleach my eyebrows and move to Uruguay. But shit happens. in this sort of like reflective state that I've been in recently, I have started to realize that I'm not creating for me. I'm creating for others and manufacturing run-of-the-mill content. And it's hard. It's hard to know that and continue on, you know, unapologetically. And, you know, the point of all this is to say that I think that I'm going to start using YouTube again as an outlet for the things that I don't get to do. You know, I don't get to have a voice when it comes to the content that I have been creating. It's always someone else's voice being amplified through my own hands, my own creative vision. And it's never me. It's never authentically me. That is what YouTube has always felt like for me. And that's something that I've come to realize I have really yearned for a long time. And I've always been like, I don't know, like how am I gonna feel better about this? How am I gonna scratch that itch? And I truly believe it's gonna be YouTube, making videos that fit with what I want to do. And there's no one telling me yes or no. Anyways, to wrap all of this up, I wanna give you guys a little bit of an inspirational message. When it comes to someone's life, and I think there's a lot of romanticization romanticizing. There's a lot of romanticizing when it comes to looking at other people's lives. If you look at my life, or if you look at Chappell Roan's life or Beyonce's life, and you know, you are finding yourself in this pit of like, I want to have that, but I know that I can't. Don't. Specifically with my life, do not. Because first of all, I just moved to a city and started bullshitting my way into jobs and meeting people and networking and all of that sort of stuff. But we see now how that has paid off for me. I'm sitting in my bedroom closet talking to a camera with a blue light on me and yellow tinted sunglasses. Like, I'm nothing to be looking up to. But even with like some stars like Beyonce, Chappell Roan, Taylor Swift, whoever you look to, just know that those people, you know, some of them did have predispositions to fame, obviously, but what it all boils down to in my brain is those people never gave up on their dreams, no matter how many times they fell. I draw particular inspiration from that because I feel as though for a minute I was like, I'm gonna lay down, belly up, and just take the final blow. God, please kill me. You know, it was one of those moments. And transparently, I have applied for a couple different like restaurant jobs and am looking to get back into a part-time non-creative job, and that feels like defeat. But rent here is so expensive, but it does feel like a defeat because whenever you were living full-time creative and full-time invested into a creative mindset, when you have to walk away from that and jump back into a sort of transactional, very, very industrial kind of life, it really hurts. It really is scary. And so anyways, I wanted to come and talk to you guys about that because it's been rough, and it might be rough for a while, but the fact of the matter is I'm gonna look back and kind of realize it was all part of the process. And whatever process that is, whatever mechanism we're stuck in, whatever machine eats us up and spits us out, it is truly just a stepping stone. I don't have a success story yet. I don't have here's the other side of the situation, but this is me coming to you and saying I can be hopeful and really just like start to do things authentically again. That being said, it was great talking to you guys. I plan to see you again, and we will talk next time I turn on the La Cámara. Okay. Toodles. Love you, bye.